Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to another quiet journey into the realm of ancient myths. Tonight, as the stars begin to twinkle, we're reaching back to the very beginning, to a time before time. Our story speaks of primordial chaos, from which emerges the foundational deities, Gaia, the earth herself, and Uranus, the vast, encompassing sky. Prepare to drift into the mythical origins of our world as we explore their birth. But just before we begin, if our stories help you drift off, please tap the like and subscribe buttons. In my channel, you can find Norse, Greek, and Egyptian mythology tales. Comment and tell me which myth you'd like to hear next. Your support helps us craft and shape more calm stories for fellow night owls. And now let your shoulders sink softly into the mattress and your mind drift into today's tale. A long, long time ago, before the mountains rose, before the rivers flowed, before the sun or moon or stars, there was only chaos. It was not a place, not truly. It was an absence, a vast, unending void. Imagine the deepest dark you have ever known. Then imagine it deeper still. It was the kind of dark that swallows all perception, a velvet cloak woven from infinite nothingness. There was no up, no down, no here, no there. Just an all-encompassing, formless expanse, where even the concept of space had yet to be born. It was a silence so profound, it hummed. No sound echoed within its boundless depths. No light pierced its infinite expanse. This was not merely the absence of noise, but an active, consuming stillness, a quietude so absolute it felt like the very fabric of existence was holding its breath. Chaos was everything, and yet it was nothing at all. It was the great yawn, the gaping chasm. The air, if one could call it air, was an unbreathing vacuum, devoid of scent or substance, yet somehow pregnant with an unseen potential. Within this nothingness, a strange potential rested. It was a potential not yet realized, not yet awake. It lay dormant, like a seed buried deep beneath the winter earth, its tiny heart holding the blueprint of a future forest. It waited, not with impatience, for time itself had no meaning here, but with an inherent, silent understanding of its own destiny. It dreamed, not with images or narratives, but with the pure, abstract concept of becoming. This dream was the universe's earliest heartbeat, a faint, almost imperceptible thrum within the infinite quiet. This was the beginning of all things. This was the primordial state. It held no form, no shape, no boundaries. It was an infinite non-existence. It was the very first breath of the universe, a breath drawn not from air, but from the raw, unmanifested potential of all that would ever be. This breath was not loud, not forceful, but a gentle, almost imperceptible drawing in of the void, a subtle shift in the absolute stillness. And in that breath, a stirring began. It was not a violent tremor. It was not a sudden burst of energy. Instead, it was a whisper, a gentle undulation. It was like the softest sigh, barely perceptible, a ripple across the surface of an infinitely calm, dark pool. This stirring was not a motion in space, for space did not exist. It was a stirring within the very fabric of potential, a nascent desire for differentiation, a quiet yearning to be something more than nothing. This stirring was the first inkling of change. It was the first hint of something becoming. It was the universe beginning to dream itself into being, not just a dream of potential, but a dream of actualization. It was the turning of the great cosmic wheel, so slow as to be imperceptible, yet inexorable. From this subtle stir, a separation began. It was not a tearing apart, for there was nothing to tear. It was more like a gentle unfolding, like a petal slowly unfurling from a closed bud, revealing the delicate, intricate beauty hidden within. This unfolding was silent, yet profound, a fundamental reordering of the infinite non-existence. It was the first act of creation, not of matter, but of distinction. And from this unfolding, two distinct presences began to emerge. They were not yet beings. They were not yet entities with form or voice. They were fundamental conditions. They were principles. They were the very first concepts to crystallize from the boundless, unformed potential. They were the first instances of this and that in a universe that had only known all. The first was Nyx. She was night. She was the deepest, most velvety darkness, not the oppressive kind, but a soft, embracing one. She was the essence of shadow, the quiet cloak that wraps the world in slumber and secrets. Her presence was like the cool touch of an unseen hand, a gentle pressure that filled the vastness with an unspoken comfort. She was the deep indigo of a moonless sky, so profound it seemed to hum with unseen starlight. Even though no stars yet existed, she emerged without fanfare. There was no grand entrance, no dramatic genesis. She simply was asterisk. She was an extension of chaos itself, a refinement of its endless dark. She was the dark heart of the void made manifest, not as a solid form, but as a pervasive, ethereal presence. Nyx carried with her an ancient stillness, a timeless tranquility that settled over the nascent cosmos. She was serene, unhurried. She was the quiet hush that falls over the world when daylight fades, a promise of peace and dreams. Her essence was like the softest silk, intangible yet profoundly present, a gentle caress across the face of the unformed. Alongside her, almost intertwined, came Erebus. He was darkness. He was the profound, impenetrable gloom, the kind that holds ancient secrets and forgotten echoes. He was the shadow that filled the deepest caverns, the heavy, tangible absence of light that gives depth to the void. Erebus was not a harsh darkness, not a frightening one. He was a soft, enveloping one. He was the kind of dark that feels like a gentle blanket, warm and secure, offering refuge from an unknown future. He was the deep, rich black of fertile earth, promising growth and life, even though life was still an unimaginable concept. His presence was more substantial than Nyx's, a deep resonance that seemed to anchor the boundless expanse, giving it a subtle, fundamental weight. He was the deep, resonant bass note in the silent symphony of creation. Nyx and Erebus were siblings born of the same silent origin, children of the primordial breath. They were inseparable, two sides of the same primordial coin, two threads of the same infinite tapestry. They were the first distinctions in the boundless expanse of chaos, the first ripples of definition in the featureless deep. They did not speak. There were no words, no sounds, for language had no meaning in this realm of pure being. There was only their presence, a silent, profound communion. Their existence defined the very first boundaries, the first subtle outlines in the infinite. They were the first somethings within the nothing, laying the groundwork for all future forms. Their emergence was like the slow unfurling of a vast, dark tapestry. Nyx, the threads of deepest indigo, shimmering with unseen potential. Erebus, the threads of richest black, absorbing all that was not yet. They wove together, not creating a form, but defining a space, a foundational canvas upon which the universe would eventually paint its myriad wonders. They were not yet separate entities in the way we understand them, with individual consciousness or will. They were more like currents within the vast ocean of chaos. One, the gentle flow of night, ethereal and encompassing. The other, the deep pull of darkness, foundational and profound. This intertwining was soft, a seamless blend. It was not a struggle, not a clash of opposing forces. It was a natural consequence of their birth, an inherent harmony. They were made of the same silent substance, shaped by the same primordial breath, and thus their union was effortless, a quiet embrace. Imagine a vast, empty room. Then, imagine a single, faint candle flickering into existence, its tiny flame a brave defiance against the overwhelming dark. That flicker is the first subtle difference, the first hint of something new. That faint light, however small, defines the surrounding dark, giving it shape and presence. Nyx and Erebus were that defining darkness. They were the canvas upon which all future creation would be painted. They were the fundamental conditions for light to one day appear. For without darkness, light has no meaning, no space to shine. They were the necessary prelude, the profound quiet before the symphony. They existed in a state of quiet communion. There was no thought, no emotion, no desire as we know it. There was only their being, a pure, unadulterated existence. Their presence was a gentle hum, a silent resonance that permeated the nascent cosmos, a lullaby of pure potential. Their forms, if one could call them forms, were fluid. They shifted and flowed within the vastness, not with intention, but with the inherent dynamism of their emergent nature. They were like shadows cast by an unseen, unlit object, yet they were the essence of shadow itself, the very prototype of obscurity. Nyx, with her softer, more ethereal presence, seemed to drift, a silent, graceful current. She was the gentle caress of night, the whisper of dreams yet to be dreamt, the promise of quiet repose. She held within her the potential for all visions, all fantasies, all the hidden depths of consciousness that would one day emerge. Erebus, more grounded, more substantial, seemed to anchor, unwavering foundation. He was the deep, foundational darkness, the solid core of the void, the unmoving center from which all things would eventually spring. He held the secrets of the deep, the unplumbed abysses of existence, the vast, silent wisdom of the primordial. Together, they created the first sense of space. Not a physical space, for physical laws were yet to be conceived, but a conceptual one. They were the first here and there in a universe that had only known everywhere and nowhere. Their presence delineated the first boundaries, the first subtle architecture of reality. Their interaction was a soft intertwining, a seamless dance of two complementary forces. It was like two currents in a vast, dark river, flowing alongside each other, sometimes merging in a deeper shade, sometimes diverging slightly only to return to their shared flow. They were in constant, silent dance, a cosmic waltz of emergence. This dance was not a performance. It was a natural unfolding, an organic progression of the universe, discovering its own nascent rhythm. It was the first, slow beat of creation's heart, a pulse so faint it was almost imperceptible, yet undeniably present. And in this dance, no form was created. There were no mountains, no oceans, no creatures. There was only the definition of darkness. There was only the quiet presence of night and Erebus, the profound stillness of their combined being. They were the first parents of the cosmos, though they did not yet know it. They were the ones who would give birth to the future, to all the light and life and form that would eventually burst forth. But for now, they simply existed in their quiet, profound union. Their existence was a testament to the potential within chaos. From nothing, something had begun to stir. From silence, a whisper of life had begun to resonate, a faint, yet undeniable promise. This was the quiet dawn of the universe. Not a dawn of light, but a dawn of distinction, a dawn of definition, a dawn of knowing that there was night and there was darkness, distinct yet inseparable. And in this knowledge, the very first seeds of separation were sown. The universe was beginning to differentiate, to move away from the undifferentiated unity of chaos. The great, undifferentiated void was beginning to define itself, to recognize its own nascent parts. Nyx and Erebus were the first to feel this definition, to embody it. They were the first to exist as distinct, yet inseparable presences. They were the first to witness the slow unfolding of reality, the quiet genesis of all that would ever be. Their silent intertwining defined the very first distinctions. It was the first not chaos, the first departure from absolute nothingness. It was the first something that was not everything and nothing, a profound shift in the cosmic equation. And so, in the vast, silent expanse of primordial chaos, Nyx and Erebus rested. They were the first breath, the first whisper, the first gentle unfolding. They were the beginning of all things, the silent foundation upon which creation would build. Their presence was a promise of creation, a promise of light, a promise of life. But for now, only the gentle, quiet darkness remained. And in that darkness, a universe began to dream, a dream of forms and colors, of sounds and stories, a dream that would one day bloom into the vibrant tapestry of existence. A deep, quiet stillness lingered, a profound calm. After Nyx and Erebus had softly, so softly, met, their forms, vast and undefined, swirled gently like smoke in a dream. No sound broke the immense silence, no ripple stirred the boundless void. It was a moment suspended, a breath held in the cosmic cradle. Within this quiet embrace, something new began to stir. It was not a sudden burst or a violent flash, but a gradual, almost imperceptible softening. A warmth began to emanate, a gentle luminescence, from the very core of their intertwined beings. It was like the first blush of dawn, a faint, tender hue spreading slowly through the endless dark. This gentle unfolding, this soft awakening, was the birth of Etha. Etha, the bright, clear upper air, the pure, luminous essence of light itself. He did not erupt, he simply was asterisk. He coalesced, a shimmering, ethereal presence, from the gentle union of night and darkness. His arrival brought a subtle shift, a lessening of the absolute blackness, a faint, hopeful glow. And with Etha, inseparable from him, emerged Hemera. Hemera, the gentle, warm light of day. She was the counterpoint to Etha's clarity, the soft, diffused radiance that paints the world in hues of gold and rose. Together, they blossomed like twin flowers, opening slowly to an unseen sun. Their birth was a quiet miracle, a silent symphony, playing out in the primordial expanse. Imagine, if you will, the deepest night. A night so profound, so utterly black, that it feels infinite. Then, picture a single, faint spark, not a fire, but a mere glimmer, a whisper of light. This was Etha, softly appearing, a subtle luminescence, pushing back against the boundless dark. He was the clarity, the pure, unblemished light that dwells above the clouds. Hemera followed, always close, a gentle, warm companion. She was the soft light of morning, the tender glow that wakes the world. Her presence brought a sense of comfort, a soothing warmth, dispelling the last vestiges of true darkness. Together, Etha and Hemera began to paint the cosmos with their delicate, nascent light. Their existence was not noisy. It was a quiet unfolding. They moved with a languid grace, like slow-motion dancers, across the boundless canvas. Etha, shimmering and clear, Hemera, soft and radiant. Together, they wove the first threads of light. It was a beautiful, mesmerizing spectacle, a silent ballet of emerging illumination. But even before Nyx and Erebus had gently merged, even before Etha and Hemera had begun their soft glow, another force had been stirring. A force more ancient, more fundamental than even the primal chaos itself. This was Eros, not the mischievous, winged god of later tales, but Eros, the very essence of attraction, the primordial urge to unite. Eros was the deep, undeniable pull, the silent whisper that drew things together. He was the reason Nyx and Erebus had found each other, the invisible thread that wove their forms into a gentle embrace. He was not born, he simply was asterisk. He had always been an inherent principle, dwelling within the heart of existence. He was the impetus for all creation, the silent architect of every union. Without Eros, there would be no merging, no coming together, no birth of anything new. He was the fundamental reason that creation could even begin. He was the quiet, undeniable force that propelled the cosmos towards its vibrant, unfolding destiny. Eros was the silent, beating heart of the nascent universe. He was the warmth that drew things close, the gentle magnetic pull that formed the first connections. His presence was subtle, not a roar, but a hum, a deep, resonant vibration that permeated all things. He was the very essence of love in its most primal, unadulterated form. His influence was pervasive, yet unseen. He was the reason the first elements, the first beings, felt an inherent draw towards each other. He was the quiet, irresistible urge that led to the merging of Nyx and Erebus, and subsequently, the gentle birth of Aetha and Hemera. He was the foundational force, the very spark, that ignited the flame of creation. With the soft emergence of Aetha and Hemera, a new rhythm began to form. A gentle, undulating pattern of light and quiet. Aetha would spread his clear, bright essence, illuminating the vastness. Then, Hemera would follow, softening the edges, bathing everything in her gentle, warm glow. This was the dawn of a cycle, a gentle, rhythmic dance. Night would still descend, a soft return to the quiet embrace of Nyx and Erebus. But it was no longer the absolute, unbroken darkness. Now, there was the promise of return, the knowledge that Aetha and Hemera would once again grace the cosmic expanse. This was the establishment of the cycle of night and day, a primordial rhythm beginning to form. It was a slow, deliberate unfolding, a gentle, quiet ballet. Imagine a vast, dark ocean, calm and still. Then, a faint luminescence begins to glow beneath the surface, spreading slowly, like a warm, inviting current. This was the birth of Aetha and Hemera, a tranquil emergence, bringing light to the boundless void. Aetha so pure, so clear, like the essence of a cloudless sky. His light was not harsh, not blinding, but soft and pervasive. It permeated the stillness, pushing back the boundaries of the endless night. He was the spirit of clarity, the essence of pure visibility, stretching into the boundless expanse. Hemera, her light so tender, so comforting. She was the embodiment of day, the gentle warmth that awakens the world. Her presence brought a sense of peace, a quiet reassurance that light would always return. She was the soft, comforting glow that banishes shadows without ever being harsh. Their movements were fluid, like slow-motion currents in an unseen ocean. They drifted, They swirled, they expanded. Etha, the clear light, Hemera, the warm light, together, they painted the universe with their delicate hues. It was a silent, mesmerizing performance, a gentle unfolding of cosmic beauty, and all the while Eros, the ancient, foundational force, watched over them, not with eyes, for he had none, but with an inherent understanding. He was the silent architect, the unseen hand guiding the flow of creation. He was the deep, resonant hum that orchestrated the gentle dance of light and quiet. His presence was like a subtle fragrance everywhere, yet nowhere. He permeated the very fabric of the nascent cosmos. He was the reason for attraction, the impulse to unite, the gentle pull that brought things together. He was the quiet, undeniable force that made the first connections and allowed creation to blossom. The gentle merging of Nyx and Erebus had created the conditions for this soft emergence. Their quiet embrace, their profound stillness, had been the fertile ground. And from this fertile ground, nurtured by the unseen force of Eros, Etha and Hemera had gently blossomed. Imagine a seed dormant in the earth. Then, a gentle warmth begins to seep into the soil. A subtle moisture surrounds it. Slowly, imperceptibly, the seed begins to stir to awaken. This was the birth of Etha and Hemera, a gradual, quiet unfolding from the heart of the primordial stillness. Etha, the light of the upper air, the pure, unblemished radiance. He was the clarity that pierced the gloom, the gentle illumination that defined the formless. His light was not a sudden burst, but a gradual, quiet spreading, like ink diffusing in water. Hemera, the light of day, the soft, comforting warmth. She was the gentle glow that softens the edges, the tender hue that paints the dawn. Her presence brought a sense of peace, a serene beauty to the unfolding cosmos. She was the promise of a new beginning. Every time her light appeared, the cycle of night and day began to establish itself, a gentle rhythm in the vast expanse. Nyx and Erebus would bring the quiet darkness, a time for rest, for introspection. Then Etha and Hemera would return, bringing their gentle light, a time for awakening, for quiet growth. It was a slow, deliberate dance, a cosmic waltz played out in the boundless void. The universe was learning its first steps, finding its first rhythm, establishing its first patterns. And all of it, every gentle sway, every soft illumination, was guided by the unseen hand of Eros. Eros, the very essence of attraction, the fundamental force of love. He was the quiet whisper that drew things together. He was the reason for every gentle embrace, every soft merging, every new creation. He was the silent, driving force behind the unfolding beauty of the cosmos. His presence was not loud. It was a deep, resonant hum, a vibration that permeated all things, drawing them closer, urging them to unite. He was the quiet, undeniable impulse that led to the first connections, the first bonds, the first instances of creation. So, as Etha and Hemera gently spread their light, and the cycle of night and day began to form, remember the quiet, pervasive force of Eros. He was the unseen architect, the silent orchestrator of this beautiful, gentle unfolding. He was the love that breathed life into the very first moments of existence. The universe was beginning to awaken, not with a roar, but with a whisper. A whisper of light, a whisper of warmth, a whisper of connection. And in this gentle awakening, the first rhythms of life began to play out. A soft, quiet symphony of creation and light. Close your eyes now and imagine this gentle unfolding. The soft, luminous glow of Etha, the tender, comforting warmth of Hemera, the quiet, rhythmic dance of night and day, and beneath it all the unseen, pervasive presence of Eros, the ancient force of love, drawing all things together. Let these gentle images, these soft sounds, lull you into a peaceful slumber. The universe is vast and beautiful and full of quiet wonders, and you are a part of it all, connected by the same gentle forces that began it all. Rest now and dream of light and love and the quiet beginnings of everything. Good night. The vast, swirling emptiness chaos began to stir. A subtle warmth emerged within this boundless void, not a fire, but a deep, comforting glow. From this nascent warmth, a form began to coalesce. It was Gaia. She simply was asterisk, not created or born. Her awakening was a gradual unfolding, a quiet blossoming within chaos. As she stretched, the formless void responded. The swirling mists of chaos gathered, condensing around her burgeoning presence. With each slow exhalation, primordial energies solidified. What was once pure potential became tangible. The ground beneath her, which was her asterisk, began to firm. Like a sleeping giant, gently opening its eyes, Gaia emerged. She was the earth, broad-breasted and immeasurable, encompassing all that would ever be. She was the foundation, the bedrock of existence. Her first conscious awareness was a profound sense of asterisk being asterisk, a deep, quiet hum resonating through her, the song of creation. As she stretched, the primordial mists swirled. Where her essence touched them, they transformed, solidifying into the first rough contours of land. It was a slow, deliberate process, not a sudden burst, but a gentle, unfolding miracle. Her surface began to undulate, her first deep, steady breaths. With each inhalation, the land drew inward. With each exhalation, it expanded, settling into its destined form. These gentle undulations birthed the first plains and valleys. The air around her, still thick with chaos, began to define itself, forming the atmosphere around her solidifying body. A profound sense of security emanated from her. She was a solid resting place, a firm foundation in a universe that had known only boundless void. She felt an innate desire to be fruitful, a deep, primordial instinct to nurture, and bring forth life. Her presence was a promise of stability and abundance. She was the Great Mother, her very existence an act of profound, nurturing love. She was asterisk of chaos, yet distinct, its tangible manifestation, its dream made real. The light that emerged with her grew, a gentle, pervasive luminescence illuminating her vast form. She was a landscape of soft hills and gentle valleys, with nascent rivers etched into her surface. The cool touch of the emerging air was a refreshing caress, the first breath of the world across her vast form. Even in her earliest moments, there was a sense of latent fertility, a deep, silent hum within her, promising future life. She was a tapestry woven from existence. Mountains her bones, rivers her veins, forests her hair. She was the living essence of the world. Her purpose was clear: to be the foundation, the sustainer, the mother. She embraced it with profound peace. The stillness of her awakening was profound. No sound but the gentle hum of creation. No movement but the slow settling of her vast form. It was a moment of pure being. She was the ground, the air, the water. She was Gaia, the broad-breasted earth emerging from chaos. Her presence was a gentle anchor, the first fixed point in a fluid universe. The light continued to grow, bathing her in a soft, ethereal glow, highlighting her emerging contours. She felt a deep connection to the emerging elements: air, light, water, all extensions of her unfolding being. She was a silent symphony of creation, each shift a note in this grand composition. She was a sanctuary even before life began, her vastness promising shelter, her solidity security. The ancient tales speak of her as the first, solid and real, the beginning of everything tangible. Her heart, the earth's core, was a place of immense warmth and unwavering stability. She was the silent witness to existence's dawn, her presence forever changing chaos. Her surface was a canvas, waiting for life. Her desire for forests, oceans, and creatures was a powerful, silent force. She was the ultimate nurturer, radiating gentle, maternal energy, a promise of sustenance and growth. The emerging atmosphere, a delicate veil, was her first embrace, a gentle shield. She was a profound paradox, ancient yet new, boundless yet defined, formless yet forming. Her gentle awakening was a testament to creation, not through force, but gradual unfolding. She was the silent promise of dawn after an endless night, bringing light and form to darkness. The very dust motes in the nascent air were part of her, scattering outwards. She was a gentle giant, her vastness comforting, her presence a warm embrace. She was the definition of rootedness, the unmoving point from which all life would draw strength. Her awakening was an act of self-definition, a silent declaration of purpose. She was chaos's first dream made manifest, its desire for form and substance brought into glorious reality. She was the deep, resonant hum of the world, a silent melody, a lullaby for creation. She was the calm after the storm, bringing profound peace to chaos's turbulent energies. Her surface, smooth in some places, gently rolling in others, showed the subtle hints of mountains and valleys. She was the vast, open palm of the universe, waiting to receive all that would grow upon her. The light continued to grow, painting her in soft gold and rose, the dawn of a new era. She was the promise of spring, of growth, renewal, and vibrant life, the essence of fertility. Her vastness was not empty, but filled with the quiet hum of latent life, a deep, silent womb. She was the first anchor, the unmoving point in existence's swirling currents. Her awakening was a slow, deliberate dance, the universe holding its breath as she unfolded. She was the ultimate haven, her broad breast offering comfort and sustenance. The emerging air carried the faint scent of primordial earth, the breath of the world. She was the silent, watchful eye of creation, patiently waiting. Her presence was a gift of stability and life. She was the first embrace, drawing nascent energies inward, transforming them into substance. The light deepened, casting long, soft shadows, the first play of light and shadow. She was the silent rhythm of the world, the gentle hum of her nascent existence, the heartbeat of creation. Her roots reached deep into chaos, drawing sustenance and strength. Her awakening was a profound act of love for existence, for potential, for the life that would grace her. She was the quiet majesty of the world, awe-inspiring yet comforting. The emerging waters, gathering in hollows, reflected the soft, nascent light, the first mirrors. She was the ultimate foundation, the bedrock upon which all would be built. Her vastness was filled with the profound promise of life. She was the gentle hum of creation, a melody of peace, potential, and boundless love. She was the silent witness to existence's dawn, her vast form bathed in soft light, observing the cosmos. She was the ultimate comfort, a secure resting place. The air around her was still, filled with peace, the quiet breath of the world. She was the essence of home, an open invitation. Her awakening was a profound act of faith in chaos's potential, in life's promise, in her own purpose. She was the silent, gentle heartbeat of the universe, the pulse of creation. She was the ultimate sanctuary, a place of safety and comfort. The light continued to grow, illuminating her, the dawn of a new era. She was the silent promise of spring, radiating fertility and abundance, a deep yearning for life to flourish. Her vastness was filled with the profound potential of all life. She was the gentle hum of creation, the soft song of a world coming into being. It was a melody of peace, of potential, of boundless love. The soft, dark stillness settled. Gaia, the earth, breathed deeply. Her vastness stretched, mountains rising. Yet, a quiet yearning stirred a subtle incompleteness. She was magnificent, rivers carving paths, forests whispering secrets, but alone in her majesty. Her existence, though grand, felt singular. She longed for another being, a companion to share her boundless beauty, a reflection. This new, persistent hum resonated through her being, a profound desire for connection. From this deep longing, a powerful impulse sparked. Gaia focused her boundless energy, pouring her desire into the void. From her very essence, a magnificent form began to emerge, a spontaneous, wondrous creation. Slowly, gracefully, Uranus ascended. He was not born in pain, but in beauty, an ethereal birth of light. He was the sky itself, stretching above her. He was her perfect counterpart, her equal in immensity and scope. He arched above her, a vast, protective dome, a magnificent, starry canopy. His form was purest dark blue, like twilight, shimmering with countless ancient stars. Each star, a distant sun, glittered like scattered diamonds, pulsing with soft, internal fire. Nebulae swirled within his depths, painting abstract, ethereal patterns. His presence was overwhelmingly beautiful, a breathtaking spectacle. He was the vast, embracing heavens, a silent, watchful guardian. Gaia gazed up at him. A profound sense of recognition washed over her. He was exactly what she had yearned for her other half, the perfect complement. The sky to her earth. He stretched from horizon to horizon, encompassing everything, a boundless, protective embrace. His touch was ethereal, a soft, pervasive presence. He lay upon her, light as a feather, a loving, silent caress. He knew her every curve, her mountains and valleys, feeling the subtle pulse of her life. She felt his gentle weight, comforting, not heavy. A profound sense of belonging settled upon her. She was no longer alone. The stars within him twinkled softly, humming a lullaby of cosmic unity. He was the vast, unfathomable deep, holding the universe's secrets. Together, they formed the first true world, a complete, harmonious whole. The earth beneath, the sky above, a perfect, balanced reality. He was the silent witness, the constant, watchful eye, lifting her gaze upwards towards infinite possibilities. The air between them vibrated with unspoken understanding, a bond forged in creation. He was the dark, protective blanket, shielding her from the harsh void, holding the sun, moon, and stars within his embrace. His love for her flowed through his being, a gentle, unwavering affection. He wrapped his starry cloak around her, promising eternal companionship. Gaia felt a profound sense of peace. Her yearning had been answered. Her world was now complete. The universe breathed a silent sigh. A new era had begun. The earth and sky forever entwined, a testament to love and creation. Uranus, the starry sky, shimmered. He was the embodiment of wonder, the vastness of the cosmos, ancient wisdom. His beauty captivated her, a vision of pure magic. He was a gentle, loving presence, always there, watching, her constant companion. The stars pulsed softly, singing a song of unity. He was the keeper of secrets, knowing the mysteries of the void. His embrace was comforting, a protective cocoon. He held her safe within his arms, forever intertwined. Gaia felt his strength, his unwavering power, her anchor, her guide. He was her ultimate protector, her solace, her refuge. His presence brought balance to her sprawling form, a harmonious, cosmic dance. The celestial dance had begun. The earth and sky, forever bound, a timeless ballet of creation, a love story written in stars. Uranus smiled, content in his purpose, forever bound to his beloved earth. Their connection was profound, a deep spiritual bond, the foundation of all that would come to be. He was the inspiration for all future beauty, the source of light, the guardian of dreams. His presence was a comfort, a gentle hand, her silent confidant. The stars shone brighter, reflecting their shared joy, a beacon of hope. He was the silent poet, weaving tales in starlight. His gentle embrace was eternal. Gaia felt a completeness, a profound sense of belonging. She was no longer alone. Her world was now whole. The universe hummed with contentment. The earth and sky together at last, a perfect cosmic union. Uranus, the starry sky, watched, his gaze filled with love, the eternal guardian. He was the ultimate beauty, the embodiment of wonder, the essence of dreams. His presence brought peace, a quiet calm, the gentle lullaby of the cosmos. He was the vast, dark canvas on which light was painted, the backdrop for all creation. His love for her was boundless, a river of pure light. He was the dream weaver, spinning tales in starlight. His embrace was a promise of eternal companionship, a bond that would never fade. Gaia sighed softly, her yearning answered. The stars twinkled, a silent, joyful dance, celebrating their union. He was the silent watcher, always present, her solace, her strength, her eternal beloved. His beauty was breathtaking, a vision of pure light, the essence of dreams. He was the vast, dark ocean of endless possibilities, the source of wonder, the guardian of hope. His presence filled the void with light and boundless love, the perfect counterpart to her vast form. The earth and sky together, a perfect, harmonious whole, a testament to creation, a love story written in stars. Their embrace, though silent, resonated through the cosmos, a cosmic hum of creation. Gaia, vast and nurturing, felt a new stir within her depths. Uranus, boundless and watchful, poured his gentle light upon her. It was a slow, deliberate unfolding, a testament to their union. From Gaia's immense form, a subtle change began. It was not a sudden upheaval. There was no jarring sound. Instead, it was like the softest sigh, a deep, contented breath taken from the very core of being. Her surface, previously smooth and undifferentiated, began to undulate. These undulations were not violent waves. They were more akin to muscles stretching after a long, peaceful sleep. Slowly, imperceptibly at first, certain parts of her vast body began to rise. They ascended with a grace that defied their eventual grandeur. These were the Aurea, the primordial mountains. They emerged as Gaia's gentle shoulders, reaching towards Uranus. His light, ever present, kissed their nascent peaks. It warmed their emerging forms, imbuing them with strength. Each rising curve was a testament to Gaia's inherent power, nurtured by Uranus's celestial presence. Imagine, if you will, the slow unfurling of a giant, ancient flower. Its petals, thick and strong, push upwards towards the sun. So too did the Aurea ascend. They were not jagged or harsh. Their forms were rounded, majestic. They embodied a quiet dignity. As they rose, they brought a new dimension to the world. They offered a sense of scale, a landmark against the vastness. Their slopes, still soft and undefined, promised future valleys and hidden glades. They were the first contours of a landscape, yet to be fully formed. Uranus watched, his starry eyes reflecting their slow ascent. He saw in them a reflection of Gaia's strength, her resilience. His light lingered on their emerging forms, bestowing upon them a quiet majesty. It was a silent conversation between earth and sky. Gaia felt their growth deep within her. Each emerging peak was an extension of her own being, a part of her soul made manifest. She nurtured them from within, drawing upon her primordial essence. They were her children, born not of labor, but of love. The air around these rising forms hummed with a gentle energy. It was the energy of creation, of life taking its first, tentative steps. There was a sense of profound peace, a feeling of rightness. The world was beginning to find its shape. These mountains, the Aurea, were more than just landforms. They were the very backbone of the nascent world. They provided strength, a foundational stability. Their presence anchored Gaia, giving her form and definition. They were the first guardians of her emerging beauty. They were not barren or stark. Even in their earliest emergence, a subtle verdant hue clung to their slopes. It was a promise of future forests, of life yet to flourish. They were a testament to Gaia's boundless fertility, her inherent capacity for growth. And as the Aurea continued their gentle ascent, another transformation began. From the deepest hollows of Gaia's form, a different kind of movement stirred. It was deep, silent, and profound. It was the emergence of Pontus, the primordial sea. Pontus did not burst forth, it flowed. It was a quiet, deep emergence, a gentle filling of the world's emerging cradles. Imagine a vast, still pool slowly expanding, its surface calm and reflective. So too did Pontus spread. It filled the low places, embracing Gaia's emerging shores. Its waters were not tumultuous or raging. They were still, profound, reflecting Uranus's starry canopy above. They held the quiet mystery of the deep. Pontus was born from the very essence of Gaia's being, a natural complement to the rising Aurea. Where the mountains reached for the sky, The sea embraced the earth. It was a perfect balance, a harmonious duality. Uranus's light softened upon the surface of Pontus. He saw in its depths a reflection of his own vastness, his own endlessness. The sea shimmered under his gaze, a canvas of liquid light. It was a mirror to the cosmos. Gaia felt Pontus emerge, a gentle balm upon her skin. It was a soothing presence, a cool embrace. Its waters flowed into her deepest crevices, bringing a sense of completeness. It was the final touch, the perfect counterpoint to her emerging peaks. The emergence of Pontus was a silent testament to interdependence. It was a deep, flowing breath that filled the world's lungs. It brought with it a sense of quiet vastness, an endless horizon that stretched towards the unknown. The aurea stood tall and majestic, their forms etched against the celestial light. Pontus lay deep and still, its surface reflecting the stars. Together, they formed the first landscape of the world, a canvas of primordial beauty. There was a profound sense of balance in their presence. The strength of the mountains met the quiet depth of the sea. The solidity of earth found its counterpoint in the fluidity of water. It was a perfect harmony, a testament to Gaia and Uranus's creative power. The air, now filled with the essence of mountain and sea, carried a new scent. It was the scent of damp earth, of fresh water, of nascent life. It was a clean, pure fragrance, a promise of things to come. This emerging world was not yet teeming with life. It was a world of form, of essence, but within its nascent contours lay the promise of everything. The mountains provided shelter, the seas held sustenance. Uranus, from his celestial perch, continued to shower Gaia with his unwavering light. He saw his own reflection in the shimmering surface of Pontus. He saw his love for Gaia etched into the rising forms of the aurea. Gaia, rooted and vast, felt a deep sense of contentment. Her body, once undifferentiated, now bore the magnificent marks of creation. She was a world taking shape, finding its identity. The gentle interactions between them continued. Uranus's light encouraged the aurea to reach ever higher, their peaks touching the very edge of his boundless form. His light danced upon the surface of Pontus, creating ripples of starlight. The world was no longer a formless void. It was a place of majestic mountains and deep, embracing seas. It was a testament to the quiet power of love, of union, of creation. The aurea stood as silent sentinels, their forms a testament to Gaia's enduring strength. They were the first great structures, the foundation upon which all future life would build. They were a promise of protection, of unwavering stability. Pontus, vast and mysterious, held the secrets of the deep. Its waters whispered tales of primordial beginnings, of the quiet unfolding of creation. It was a source of boundless life, a womb for future wonders. The world breathed, a slow, gentle rhythm of mountain and sea. It was a living, breathing entity, shaped by the cosmic dance of Gaia and Uranus. Each emerging feature was a note in a silent, cosmic symphony. The sun, though not yet a distinct entity, cast a soft, ethereal glow upon the nascent landscape. It was the light of Uranus, diffused and gentle, bathing the world in a perpetual twilight. The aurea, in their silent majesty, seemed to draw this light towards them. Their peaks glowed with a soft luminescence, like ancient jewels set against the celestial backdrop. They were the first beacons, guiding the way through the primordial darkness. Pontus, in its vast stillness, reflected every glimmer of light. Its surface was a mirror, showing the boundless sky to the emerging earth. It was a canvas of endless possibilities, a gateway to untold depths. This was a world of profound quiet, a world where creation unfolded in a gentle whisper. There were no harsh sounds, no jarring movements, only the soft rustle of cosmic energy, the subtle hum of life taking root. Gaia felt complete. Her body, now adorned with mountains and embraced by seas, was a testament to her union with Uranus. She was a world full and vibrant, ready to cradle the life that would soon emerge. Uranus watched, his presence a constant source of light and warmth. He saw the world taking shape, a living testament to their shared love. He saw the promise of future generations, of life beyond imagination. The aurea, the ancient mountains, stood as silent guardians. Their forms, shaped by Gaia's essence and Uranus's light, were etched into the very fabric of the cosmos. They were the first enduring monuments. Pontus, the deep, embracing sea, lay vast and reflective. Its waters, born from Gaia's depths, mirrored the boundless sky. It was the great mother of all waters, the source of all liquid life. Together, they formed a perfect, harmonious whole. The world was balanced, stable, breathtakingly beautiful. It was a sanctuary, a haven, ready to embrace the life that would soon awaken within its primordial embrace. The air around them carried a soft, ethereal scent. It was the scent of pure creation, of fresh beginnings. It was a fragrance that promised growth, renewal, and endless possibilities. And so, the world found its form. The aurea reached for the sky, and Pontus embraced the earth. It was a testament to the quiet power of creation, the gentle unfolding of a world born of love and light. And so, a quiet stillness settled, deep and immeasurable. Uranus, the starry sky, continued his gentle embrace, a boundless canopy of shimmering potential. Gaia, the vast earth, lay beneath him, dreaming, her immense form a tapestry of nascent landscapes and unfathomable depths. But within her dreaming form, something new began to stir, a profound vibration that resonated through her very core. It was a very slow awakening, a deep, resonant hum, like the distant, almost imperceptible thrum of an ancient, sleeping giant. Life in its earliest, most elemental form was taking root. It was not a sudden burst, but a gradual, subtle unfolding, like the slow unfurling of a fern frond in the soft light of dawn. Imagine a seed deep within rich soil, beginning its long journey. It feels the warmth of the sun-warmed earth, a comforting pressure against its tiny form. It absorbs the moisture, a sweet, life-giving draft that slowly fills its interior. The air around it, though not yet truly air, vibrated with a nascent energy, a palpable sense of anticipation. The light, though not yet truly light, shimmered with a soft, ethereal glow, hinting at the forms to come. Gaia's powerful essence, a boundless wellspring of creation, combined with Uranus's boundless energy, a constant shower of cosmic dust and starlight, was now giving rise to new beings. These were not small things, nor were they fleeting wisps of existence. They were vast, ancient, the very first children of the cosmos, born of pure elemental force. Their emergence was a quiet, almost imperceptible process, a slow blossoming from the heart of the world, like mountains pushing skyward over eons. They were forming within Gaia's immense being, drawing sustenance from her very core, a rich, dark loam infused with primordial magic. Uranus's light, his boundless reach, also contributed, bathing Gaia in a soft, constant luminescence that penetrated her depths. He poured his essence into her, a constant, loving flow of cosmic energy, tangible as a gentle rain. This nurturing continued for ages, a slow, gentle gestation, a cosmic lullaby sung in the silence of the nascent universe. Gaia felt a deep, almost maternal contentment, a quiet joy bubbling up from her depths as she nurtured these embryonic forces. Uranus, too, felt a profound satisfaction, a warm current of paternal pride flowing through his starry expanse. The first of these magnificent beings began to solidify. They were the Titans. Their names would echo through time, woven into the very fabric of myth and legend. But for now, they were merely immense potential, vast, sleeping presences within the slumbering earth. They were not yet active. They were simply asterisk being asterisk, a collection of colossal, elemental dreams. Imagine monumental mountains, slowly rising from a flat plain, their peaks piercing the nascent light. Their forms are vast, unmoving, yet filled with an undeniable, quiet presence, a silent promise of future grandeur. That is how the Titans began their existence. They were colossal, even in their nascent state, their forms stretching across distances that defied human comprehension, their presence radiating a quiet, immense power. One of the first to truly take shape was Oceanus. He was immense, even among his emerging siblings, a sprawling, liquid presence. His form was fluid, yet undeniably powerful, a vast, swirling mass of primordial water. He embodied the very essence of water, not just a single river, but all the waters of the world, from the deepest abysses to the highest, most ethereal mists. His presence was cool and deep, carrying the scent of salt and the murmur of unseen currents. Oceanus was the great river that would one day encircle the entire earth, a boundless current flowing without end. His presence was one of deep, calm power, a quiet strength that held the world in its watery embrace. He was not yet flowing, not yet moving. He was merely their asterisk, a vast, watery mass, a shimmering, dark blue presence within Gaia's depths. His being was one of infinite depth, of unseen currents and hidden abysses. He carried within him the promise of all future seas and rivers, all life that would one day depend on his boundless generosity. Beside him, Tethys began to form, a softer, more undulating presence. She was his gentle counterpart, his perfect echo, a shimmering expanse of calm, reflective waters. Tethys embodied the calm, nurturing aspects of water, the soothing touch of a gentle rain, the quiet solace of a spring bubbling from the earth. Her essence was one of quiet comfort, of soothing peace, a gentle hum that resonated with Gaia's own nurturing heart, where Oceanus was the powerful current, the relentless march of the tides. Tethys was the still, reflective pool, the gentle dew that kissed the nascent leaves. She held the promise of all life that would one day depend on water, a promise whispered in the soft lapping of nascent waves. They were vast, these two, even in their stillness, their forms stretching across immense distances within Gaia's embrace. They were not separate entities, not yet. They were deeply intertwined, two parts of a single, flowing whole, their essences mingling like two rivers merging into one. Their quiet presence brought a sense of profound balance to the emerging world. Then came Rhea, her presence a deep, resonant earthiness. She was the nurturing force, the very essence of motherhood, her form solid, yet incredibly fertile, like the richest, darkest soil. She held the promise of all growth, all life that would spring from the ground. Rhea was destined to be the mother of gods, but now she was simply a vast, fertile plain, her essence one of boundless giving, of endless nourishment. She embodied the richness of the soil, the bounty of the land, the promise of abundant harvests. Her form was one of quiet strength, of enduring patience, a warm, steady hum that resonated with Gaia's own deepest desires. She was the one who would hold life, nurture it, and allow it to flourish. Her presence as comforting as the scent of damp earth after a gentle rain. And then Cronus began to solidify, his presence distinct, a quiet, inexorable force. He was different from his siblings. His essence was not fluid like Oceanus, nor nurturing like Rhea. Cronus embodied time, its relentless march, its inevitable passage, the silent tick of the cosmic clock. He was vast, certainly, but his vastness felt different. It was a vastness that contained potential, but also a sense of inevitable change, a quiet undertone of finality. He was the force that would bring things to an end, and also bring new beginnings, a silent cycle of creation and decay. His form was powerful, even in its stillness, a dark, imposing presence. He was destined to be a king, a leader, but now he was simply a colossal presence, waiting, a shadow of the future. He held the promise of all that would be and all that would cease to be, a silent, powerful hum that spoke of destiny. Other titans also began to emerge, each a vast, elemental concept taking form within Gaia's dreaming depths. Coas, the titan of intellect and foresight, solidified as a quiet, contemplative presence. His form was one of deep understanding, a vast, silent mind, holding the promise of all future knowledge. He was the one who would ponder, who would seek knowledge, his presence a calm, steady beacon of nascent wisdom. Phoebe, his gentle sister, embodied bright intellect and prophecy. Her essence was one of clear light, of luminous understanding, a shimmering, insightful presence. She was the one who would see beyond the present, into the future, her quiet hum a gentle whisper of destiny. Hyperion, the titan of light, began to radiate warmth, even in his nascent state. His form pulsed with a gentle, golden glow, a silent promise of the sun's future glory. He was the one who would bring forth the sun, who would illuminate the world, his essence one of pure, unadulterated brilliance, an ever-growing warmth. Thea, his radiant counterpart, embodied sight and shining light. Her essence was one of clarity, of pure perception, a luminous presence that promised to behold all beauty. She was the one who would behold the beauty of the world, who would appreciate its splendor. Her quiet hum, a song of pure, visual delight. Ipetus, the titan of mortality and craftsmanship, solidified as a rugged strength, a resilient presence. His form was one of enduring resilience, a silent promise of human endeavor. He was the one who would shape, who would create, his essence one of hard work, of diligent effort, a quiet hum of purposeful action. Mnemosyne, the titan of memory, coalesced as a quiet reflection, a deep remembrance. Her essence was one of profound wisdom, a vast, silent archive of all that would be. She was the one who would hold all the past, all the stories, her presence a comforting echo of timeless knowledge. And Themis, the titan of divine law and justice, took form as an unwavering balance, a perfect order. Her essence was one of profound fairness, a silent promise of cosmic equilibrium. She was the one who would ensure fairness, who would uphold what was right, her presence a steady, unwavering hum of cosmic law. These were the first titans, the eldest children of Gaia and Uranus. They were not yet distinct personalities, but vast, elemental forces, embodying fundamental aspects of the natural world. They were expressions of their parents' immense power, the very fabric of the cosmos made manifest. Their emergence was a slow, majestic spectacle, like the slow, inevitable birth of continents. Imagine continents shifting, glaciers forming, mountains rising. It was on that scale vast, slow, inevitable, yet imbued with a profound, quiet grace. Gaia felt their presence within her, a comforting warmth, a growing pressure that was not a burden, but a profound joy. Her children were taking shape, their vast forms growing within her. Uranus, above, also perceived their subtle growth, their quiet power humming through the cosmic ether. He saw their vast forms, dimly outlined within Gaia's embrace, like shadows shifting beneath a starry veil. He continued his gentle, loving presence, pouring his essence into her, his light, his boundless energy, continuing to sustain them. The world was not yet truly formed. It was still in its earliest stages, a swirling nebula of potential. But these titans were the first steps, the vast, foundational elements upon which all else would someday be built. Their stillness was profound. They did not move, they did not speak, they did not open their eyes. They simply were asterisk. They were the silent, immense forces that would one day shape the very fabric of existence, their presence a promise whispered on the nascent winds. It was a promise of mountains and rivers, of sunlight and memory, of justice and time. Each titan held within them the seed of a fundamental aspect of the world. They were the world in its nascent form, dreaming of its future. Gaia felt a deep contentment, a profound peace settling over her. Her womb, the very core of the earth, was teeming with life, a vibrant hum of creation. Her children were growing, evolving, their forms solidifying within her. Uranus felt a deep satisfaction, a quiet pride swelling within his starry expanse. His union with Gaia was bearing fruit, a magnificent harvest of divine beings. The cosmic dance continued, the silent, loving embrace of sky and earth, a dance of creation and sustained being. And within that embrace, the first generation of divine beings slowly, majestically took their place. They were the quiet stirrings of a new age, a profound lullaby sung by the cosmos itself. The air around them, though not yet truly air, vibrated with their immense presence, a palpable hum of nascent power. The light, though not yet truly light, shimmered with their emerging forms, casting long, ethereal shadows within Gaia's depths. Everything was in a state of becoming, a slow, deliberate unfolding. Each titan was a vast, unmoving landscape, a silent monument to their elemental power. Oceanus was the endless ocean, deep and mysterious, a vast, dark blue presence. Tethys, the nurturing spring, a shimmering expanse of calm, reflective water. Rhea, the fertile earth, a warm, rich expanse of brown and green. Cronus, the relentless sweep of time, a dark, imposing presence, a silent promise of change. They were enormous, even in their stillness, their forms stretching beyond comprehension. Their forms were not defined by flesh and bone, but by elemental essence, by pure concept given immense, physical form. They were the very fabric of the cosmos, taking shape, solidifying into tangible presences. Imagine the deepest, most ancient forests, slowly growing from tiny seeds, their roots delving deep into the earth. Imagine the largest planets, slowly coalescing from cosmic dust, gathering mass over millennia. This was the scale of their emergence, a process of slow, silent grandeur, a testament to the patient power of creation. And so, the world waited, a silent, expectant presence. It waited for these colossal beings to fully awaken, to stretch their immense limbs and open their eyes. It waited for them to begin their destined roles, to shape the world with their elemental power. But for now, they simply rested within Gaia, nurtured by Uranus, their immense forms dreaming. Their birth was not a violent upheaval, but a gentle unfolding, a testament to the quiet power of creation. It was a lullaby, sung by the cosmos itself, to its first, magnificent children. The light of Uranus shone down, a soft, unwavering glow, a gentle blessing from above. The warmth of Gaia rose up, a deep, comforting embrace, a nurturing cradle from below. And within that embrace, the Titans dreamed their vast, silent dreams, awaiting their time. Their time would come. The world continued to unfold as more life stirred within Gaia's depths. Uranus watched from above, a soft, shimmering blue, feeling the vibrant pulse of his beloved. Their union was fruitful, boundless. From the swirling mists, from the very heart of creation, new forms emerged, the elder Cyclopes. These were singular, powerful beings, distinct from the graceful Titans. First came Bronze Thunder. His wide, luminous single eye held the deep rumble of storms. His mottled gray skin absorbed and released light. He moved with quiet grace, each step a soft tremor, a vast, calm power. Bronze gaze pierced clouds, finding hidden air currents. He was a being of immense strength, wielded with gentle reverence, a silent sentinel of the heavens, in harmony with the burgeoning world. Then Steropes lightning. His single eye flashed with brilliant energy, mirroring jagged streaks. His slender form hummed with inner light, vibrating with swift power. He moved with imperceptible speed, a sudden, exhilarating spark. Steropes, touch ignited air, quickened atmosphere. He was swift, decisive power, expressed with delicate precision, a silent painter of celestial artistry, a whisper of untamed light. Finally, Arge's brightness. His single eye shone with unwavering radiance, like the sun. His presence was a warm, comforting glow, diffusing through mists. His robust form absorbed and radiated joy. He moved with pervasive warmth, a beacon of light. Arge's gaze illuminated dark corners, chased shadows. He was profound, pervasive light, shared with humble generosity, a silent sustainer of colors, a guardian of the sky's glow, a silent promise of dawn. These three brothers, the elder Cyclopes, stood tall elemental forces embodying Uranus's domain. Their single eyes were focused, pure in vision and purpose, born of sky's mysteries and Gaia's love. Uranus, from his perch, admired their reflection of his power, feeling deep pride and completion. Gaia, from her embrace, welcomed their steadfast presence, knowing them unique and integral to her family. The Cyclopes communicated through resonance, light, and air. Bronze sent deep hums echoing thunder. Steropes flashed quick sparks illuminating downpours. Arges cast steady, warm glows comforting all. They were not yet smiths, but manifestations of sky's power, living embodiments of elemental forces, silent architects of weather. sculptors of atmospheric beauty, living in harmony with the new world, in reverence for their parents. As the Cyclopes settled, Gaia's creative energy surged. From her core, new, even more immense beings emerged, the Hecaton chairs. First came Briareus, the one with 100 hands. His colossal form was a mountain of muscle. From his shoulders, 100 strong arms sprouted, moving with fluid grace. His 50 serene heads gazed out with calm awareness. His deep, earthy eyes held the stillness of ancient forests, the strength of rock. Briareus's 100 hands caressed landscapes, cradled mountains, sifted sands. He was immense power, wielded with childlike gentleness, a silent guardian of Earth's vastness, a gentle mover of land and stone. Then Cottus, also of 100 hands. His vast form was a testament to strength. His 100 arms moved with rhythmic sway, embracing the air. His 50 heads observed with unhurried patience. His deep, ocean blue eyes held the calm of seas, the wisdom of depths. Cottus's 100 hands sculpted coastlines, churned oceans, shaped cliffs. He was boundless power, expressed with quiet dignity, a silent protector of waters, a gentle shaper of shore and wave. Finally, Gyges, the third of 100 hands. His colossal form was a living landscape. His 100 arms moved with deliberate rhythm, holding the world's weight. His 50 heads contemplated creation. His vibrant, green eyes held the wisdom of trees, the strength of life. Gyges's 100 hands carved valleys, raised peaks, cradled the world. He was immense, creative power, shared with boundless generosity, a silent architect of Earth's beauty, a gentle sculptor of life's forms. These 3 brothers, the Hecaton chairs, stood even taller than the Cyclopes, distinct from Titans, raw, untamed power embodying Gaia's strength. Their many hands were capable, singular in ability, pure in purpose, born of Earth's mysteries and Uranus's love. Uranus marveled at their amplified power, feeling awe and wonder. Gaia cherished their immense weight, their steadfast presence, knowing them unique and integral to her family. The Hecaton chairs communicated through movement and presence. Briareus sent deep tremors, echoing mountain growth. Cottus stirred waters, guiding rivers. Gyges pressed hands to soil, encouraging roots, whispering to forests. They were not yet warriors, but pure expressions of Earth's power, living embodiment of creative forces, silent architects of geological wonders, gentle sculptors of terrestrial beauty, living in harmony with the new world, in reverence for their parents. The elder Cyclopes and Hecaton chairs coexisted peacefully, distinct, yet part of the same unfolding story. Children of Gaia and Uranus. The Cyclopes, with singular eyes, watched the sky, speaking to clouds, conversing with winds, understanding storms. They guided lightning, diffused brightness, silent poets of atmosphere, custodians of celestial phenomena. Their presence was a constant, shimmering hum, a quiet reassurance of sky's enduring power. The Hecaton chairs, with 100 hands, tended the earth, shaping land, sculpting mountains, diverting rivers, nurturing forests. They understood stone, conversed with soil, silent architects of landscapes, custodians of terrestrial forms. Their presence was a constant, resonant tremor, a quiet reassurance of Earth's enduring strength. Gaia watched her children with boundless love. Titans, elegant, cyclopes, elemental hecatonchires, immense. Each unique, cherished, vital to the world's symphony. Uranus observed from above, seeing the diversity, the strength of his union, feeling the world expand and thrive, filled with life, feeling deep contentment. The world was young, still forming, peaceful. No discord, only creation's hum, being's gentle unfolding, life's harmonious dance. The Cyclopes stood on peaks, communing with Uranus's light. Bronze absorbed thunder, Steropes rippled with lightning, Arges shone with clarity. They were the sky's quiet voice, atmosphere's gentle breath. The hecatonchires sat by oceans, shaping shorelines, tending land. Briareus cradled mountains, Cottus guided rivers, Gyges nurtured soil. They were Earth's quiet strength, land's gentle heart. Their power was gentle, immense, pure, part of serene creation. They were not yet imprisoned, simply present, part of the world's beautiful birth. Their existence was a testament to Gaia's creativity, a reflection of Uranus's power. Distinct, unique, they were part of the family, the growing world, the story, the dream. As the world drifted into serenity, so too did these powerful, quiet beings, content in their place, at peace with their purpose, a beautiful part of the unfolding cosmos. Word count, 1728. Words removed, 472. The world now breathed, a silent, steady rhythm. No longer did the void yawn dark and formless, a terrifying blankness stretching into infinity. Instead, a vibrant tapestry unfurled, woven with light and life, a kaleidoscope of nascent colors spreading across the vast expanse. Chaos had receded, a distant, forgotten dream, its tumultuous echoes replaced by a profound, resonant stillness. Gaia, the Earth Mother, rested. Her vast form stretched, a verdant landscape of gentle hills, their slopes draped in soft, mossy velvet. Her mountains soared, reaching for the endless sky, their peaks kissed by the first blush of dawn or the soft glow of twilight. They stood as silent sentinels, guardians of this new creation, their ancient, stony faces bearing witness to the world's burgeoning life. One could almost hear the deep, slow beat of her heart, a comforting thrumming beneath the very soil. Uranus, the Sky Father, watched over her. His azure expanse shimmered, a blanket of tranquil blue, so clear and deep it seemed to hold the very essence of peace. Stars began to appear, tiny pinpricks of distant light, each one a whisper of cosmic dust. They twinkled softly, like scattered diamonds on dark velvet, their nascent glow a promise of the celestial ballet to come. A gentle breeze, Uranus's soft breath, stirred the air, carrying whispers of distant nebulae and the quiet hum of the cosmos. Their union had brought forth wonders. The elements had found their places, settling into a harmonious dance. Water flowed in ancient rivers, carving paths through the land like silver veins, their currents murmuring quiet songs as they wound their way to the sea. The seas stretched wide, reflecting the boundless sky, their surfaces unblemished, their depths holding the first stirrings of aquatic life, a silent, rhythmic pulse. The air itself hummed, a quiet, peaceful song, like a lullaby sung by the nascent winds. It carried the scent of fresh earth, rich and fertile, mingled with the soft breath of nascent blossoms, their petals just unfurling. Every corner of this world whispered of harmony and gentle beginnings, a symphony of quiet creation. Their first children now roamed. The mighty titans walked the earth, their forms immense, yet moving with a nascent grace, a quiet power that resonated with the very fabric of the world. Oceanus, with his flowing beard of sea foam and his eyes like the deepest ocean trenches, embodied the vast, circling ocean, his laughter like the gentle lapping of waves against a shore. Tethys, his gentle sister, her skin like polished mother of pearl, mirrored the ocean's calm depths, her presence bringing a soothing serenity to any space she occupied. Coeus, the titan of intellect, his brow furrowed in thoughtful contemplation, pondered the mysteries of the cosmos, his mind a tapestry of swirling galaxies and distant stars. Phoebe, his luminous consort, radiated a gentle, moonlit glow, her presence a soft beacon in the twilight hours. Hyperion, the sun god, his very being a source of warmth and light, brought forth the radiant dawn, painting the eastern sky with hues of rose and gold. Thea, his shimmering mate, her form like a living prism, reflected the brilliance of the sun, casting rainbows across the land. Creus, the ram-headed titan, his horns spiraling to the sky, embodied the wild, untamed spirit of the mountains, his footsteps echoing like distant thunder. Apetus, the piercer, his gaze keen and unwavering, represented strength and endurance, his presence a steadfast anchor in the ever-shifting landscape. Their forms were immense, yet their movements were graceful, unburdened by the weight of time or fate. They were not yet burdened by the weight of destiny, by the whispers of future strife. They were simply beings of power, born of primordial forces, their existence a testament to the boundless creativity of their parents. Their thoughts were pure, their hearts filled with the wonder of discovery. Then came the Cyclopes, with their single luminous eyes, each one a concentrated beam of focused energy. Bronze, the Thunderer, spoke with a rumbling voice that resonated through the valleys, his laughter like distant summer storms. Steropes, the Lightning Bringer, flashed with inner light, bolts of pure energy sparking from his powerful hands, illuminating the darkest caves. Arges, the Bright One, glowed with a fiery intensity, his presence like a miniature sun, capable of melting rock with a mere glance. They were skilled artisans, even in their infancy, their hands already shaping the nascent world. They shaped the earth with their hands, creating deep valleys with powerful scoops and soaring peaks with mighty lifts. Their single eyes focusing with an unwavering intensity. Their strength was immense, their purpose clear, their movements synchronized in an unspoken understanding. They worked in quiet unison, their single eyes focused, their breaths deep and rhythmic. They were the builders of this nascent world, their colossal forms dedicated to shaping Gaia's raw beauty. And finally, the Hecaton chairs, with their 100 hands and 50 heads, a truly awe-inspiring sight. Briareus, the strong, possessed unimaginable might, capable of moving mountains with a gentle push, his many arms a blur of purposeful motion. Cottus, the furious, held immense, raw power, his 50 heads often roaring with a joyous, earth-shaking sound as he wrestled with nascent rivers, forcing them into their proper channels. Jais, the great-limbed, moved with a slow, deliberate grace, his powerful strides shaking the very ground, yet never disturbing the delicate balance of life. They were protectors of the earth's deepest secrets, their myriad eyes seeing into the very heart of the land. They guarded the wild places, the untamed corners of the world, where primordial energies still swirled. They were not yet feared, nor were they imprisoned. They were simply part of the tapestry of this brand new existence, their immense forms a testament to the boundless creativity of the cosmos. Their many hands moved with a synchronized rhythm, a silent ballet of creation. They helped Gaia shape the land, pushing mountains higher with gentle shoves, carving out vast plains with sweeping gestures. They helped Uranus hold the sky, preventing it from falling, their 100 hands supporting its azure weight with an unshakable strength. Their strength was a blessing, their presence a comfort, a silent assurance that the world was safe. The world was a sanctuary, a place of quiet wonder, a canvas of emerald and sapphire. Rivers flowed like silver ribbons through emerald valleys, their waters crystal clear and cool. Forests grew tall and ancient, their leaves rustling softly, whispering secrets to the gentle breeze, their branches reaching like silent prayers to the sky. The scent of pine and rich earth hung heavy in the air, a natural perfume. Creatures began to stir within the nascent wilderness, their forms tentative, their movements shy. Small, furry beings scurried through the undergrowth, their tiny paws leaving delicate prints on the soft soil. Birds with bright plumage sang their first, hesitant songs, their voices a symphony of fresh, new melodies. The air was clean and pure, unblemished by strife, invigorating every breath. The sunlight was warm and gentle, caressing the land like a lover's touch, coaxing life from hidden corners. The moonlight was soft and ethereal, bathing the world in silver, casting long, dancing shadows that played across the land. Gaia's embrace was tender, her presence nurturing, a comforting warmth radiating from the very ground. Uranus's gaze was watchful, his love encompassing, a silent, protective blue above. Their children thrived in this pristine environment, their forms growing stronger, their spirits blossoming. There was no discord, no hint of future conflict, only the quiet hum of creation, a low, resonant thrum echoing through the vastness. This was a time of innocence, a delicate, precious beginning. a moment suspended in the amber of primordial peace. The soft texture of moss underfoot, the cool kiss of a mountain stream, the distant scent of a nascent volcano, all spoke of a world in perfect balance. The Titans roamed freely, exploring their boundless domain, their steps light despite their immense size. They learned the rhythms of the earth, the subtle shifts in the seasons, the ebb and flow of the tides, and the secrets of the sky, tracing the paths of the emerging stars, understanding the language of the winds. They were young and curious, filled with burgeoning life, their minds open to the wonders surrounding them. Oceanus's waters flowed in ever-widening gyres, carrying the essence of life to every corner of the world. Tethys's depths remained calm, reflecting the sky above, a perfect mirror of tranquility. Coeus's thoughts spun, like distant, glittering stars, weaving patterns of cosmic understanding. Phoebe's light shone, with a gentle, steady gleam, illuminating the paths of the night. Hyperion's sun rose each morn, painting the clouds gold, a vibrant promise of a new day. Theia's radiance shimmered, a mirror to the sun's glory, reflecting its majesty back to the heavens. Creus's spirit soared over untouched plains, his wild heart beating in time with the earth's rhythm. Ipetus's strength endured like solid, ancient rock, unyielding and steadfast. They were the first generation of a long and storied lineage, their existence a testament to the power of creation. The Cyclopes continued their work, crafting the world's foundations, their single eyes glowing with focused energy. They toiled without complaint, their purpose clear, their movements precise and powerful. They built the mighty mountains that touched the clouds, carving them from raw earth with immense, unseen tools. They carved the deep chasms that plunged into the earth, revealing hidden veins of crystal and gem. They were the architects of Gaia's grand design, their silent labor shaping the very bones of the world. The Hecatonchires stood guard at the world's edges, their 100 hands moving in a silent ballet of protection. Their 50 heads watched with unwavering vigilance, their myriad eyes seeing all that transpired. They protected the nascent life that stirred within the earth, their presence a silent shield. They ensured the balance between land and sky, a subtle alignment of forces. They were the silent protectors of this fragile peace. Their immense forms a comforting presence. The world was a symphony of natural forces, each note pure and true. Each element played its part in perfect harmony, a grand composition orchestrated by the cosmos. There was no dissonance, no jarring note, only the sweet music of creation. The wind whispered secrets through ancient trees, a soft sighing that carried the scent of pine and damp earth. The waves lapped gently against pristine shores, a rhythmic hush that lulled the world to sleep. The stars glittered brightly in the velvet night, each a tiny lamp illuminating the darkness. This was the world as it was meant to be, a testament to creation, a marvel of order born from the depths of chaos, yet utterly transformed. Gaia's heart beat strong, a steady, comforting drum echoing through the very stones. Uranus's light shone bright, illuminating all, a constant, loving presence. Their children embodied the raw power of existence, nascent deities in a nascent world. They were the first gods, the primal forces, not yet entangled in the intricate web of fate. They simply existed, in a state of pure being, their forms radiating the boundless energy of creation. The days flowed seamlessly into tranquil nights, marked only by the gentle shift of light. The seasons began their slow dance, a gentle unfolding, each bringing its own unique beauty. Life flourished in every corner, a glorious explosion of verdant green and vibrant color. This was the dawn of time, a moment suspended, a breath held in the vastness of eternity. Before discord entered, before ambition took hold, before the long, complex saga of gods and mortals, the listener could feel it, the quiet peace, a soothing balm to the soul. The vastness of the world, yet its gentle embrace, a feeling of being held and cherished. The sense of ancient power, yet its nurturing touch, a profound security. The mountains stood tall, unwavering and strong, their peaks guardians of the world's dreams. The rivers flowed onward, eternal and calm, their waters carrying the quiet history of the land. The sky stretched above, an endless, peaceful expanse, a comforting blue blanket. The Titans walked, their forms majestic, their spirits pure. The Cyclopes twirled, their purpose true, their strength a quiet testament to their dedication. The Hecatonchires watched, their vigilance unwavering, their presence a silent promise of protection. All was well, all was calm. The universe had found its balance. The void had given way to a vibrant, living world, teeming with nascent life and promise. This was a story of beginnings, of creation's first breath, a whisper of peace before the storm, a tale of harmony before shadows lengthened, before the tapestry of fate began to weave its intricate, sometimes painful, patterns. A peaceful moment in time's vast ocean, a jewel of tranquility. Drift with this image of a world reborn, a place of quiet beauty and immense power, where the earth and sky were forever entwined, their love the very foundation of existence. Let the gentle hum of this ancient world lull you to sleep. Let the images of peace fill your dreams, for this is just the start of many stories untold. Rest now in the quiet of the night. The world sleeps too in its gentle harmony, and tomorrow new tales will awaken with the dawn. Sleep well. If these whispers brought you rest, you're welcome to subscribe for more calm tales. A gentle, like also guides fellow night owls here.